Hey everybody, it's Paul, and it's been a little while since my last video. I just went and checked and saw that my last video was on August 11th, which was one day after I stopped smoking, and it's now September 14th, 2011, and I have some good news today to share with everybody. And before I do that, I realized that I have my It Gets Better project shirt on, and so I wanted to, because I'm sure that since it's in the video, people are going to ask about it. The It Gets Better project is part of the Trevor Project, which is to try and save the lives of young gay and lesbian, transgendered, questioning students who, it was basically something that was brought about after the student from Rutgers University jumped off the George Washington Bridge and committed suicide because some friends or some people at his university exploited the fact that he was gay and he had not come out to his family or friends yet. And it's a sad and senseless thing to have happen in this day and age, when we all know what we know scientifically about sexuality, human sexuality, and it's just a sad commentary on people. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. I know that it's a divisive issue sometimes, but it's something that if you're truly a Christian or truly a Muslim or truly a Jew or truly God-fearing, no matter what your religion is, you would not support or condone any activity that led to someone feeling that poorly about themselves or that scared that they would take their own life. That is a senseless tragedy, and it's happening all too frequently. And so I encourage you, this is for straight people, gay people, it's for everybody. The It Gets Better project. If you're interested, you can get one of these nice purple shirts as well. It's the website is itgetsbetter.org. All one word, itgetsbetter.org. And Dan Savage, who is the person that started this whole project, some of you might have seen some stuff on YouTube. There's all kinds of famous people all over the world that have done little video snippets of It Gets Better, and talks about how, when people grow up and people become really much more educated, they understand that the bullying and that kind of stuff that happens is really childish, and we as adults need to step in sometimes and make sure that doesn't happen. So anyway, I'll get down off my soapbox now. But what I was going to say is that Dan Savage is actually today speaking at Illinois State University, and I was planning to attend. However, and this is one of my updates, so we'll move into that first. However, I have been off work sick for about 3 weeks. About 3 weeks ago, I got a case of costochondritis, which is a pain in the chest, but not like heart pain, more like muscle pain. And I got it last year as well. But last year I got it after I had been canoeing with some friends, with George and Matt and Julie. So I thought that the costochondritis was a result of using pec muscles that I wasn't used to using. Well, this year it happened again, and it's excruciatingly painful, but I didn't do anything that I can remember or recall that would have brought this upon. So anyway, I was out of work for about a week with that issue, and then had Labor Day weekend, and on the Monday of Labor Day weekend, I noticed that my legs were really swollen, especially my left leg, and I also had some pretty severe rash, and so I went to prompt care about that and found out that in fact I have cellulitis. Originally they thought that I could potentially have a blood clot. They did an ultrasound of my leg, and fortunately I did not have a blood clot, and so the cellulitis has been slow to mend. A lot of feet up in the air, very stylish compression leg stockings. But anyway, it is getting better, and hopefully my plan is I have a follow-up appointment with my doctor on Monday. Today is Wednesday, so hopefully next Tuesday I'll be back to work. The really exciting news is that I got a call today from my surgeon's office, and they got last week. I went and did my nicotine test because I don't even know how many days it is now. I'm so many days away from smoking that I can't really keep a straight number. But it was August 10th when I quit, and so it's September 14th now. So somewhere around 34 days or 35 days. So I'm very excited about the fact that I've been able to be smoke-free for a little over a month. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but man, when you smoke, I got a little, I signed up for a bunch of different things online, and there's a website called You Can Quit or something like that, and it tells you, it sends you an email. For the first 2 weeks, it sent me an email every day saying, okay, if you were still smoking, this is how many cigarettes you saved by not smoking, how much money you saved, and also how many days you've added back to your life. And so I just got something for having been clean and sober from nicotine for 30 days, and it said that I've saved, I want to say somewhere around 900. No, wouldn't be $900. I can't remember. It was. I mean, basically, if I smoked a carton a week, and it was a month, the cartons are about $55 a carton, so that's about $110 every 2 weeks, so $220 plus about a week. So yeah, $250, $275, somewhere around there that I've saved by not smoking. And I do feel better. I still crave cigarettes. I won't lie. I still kind of want a cigarette. I have taken up to using my e-cigarette, which I bought, and I bought some zero nicotine, what's called e-juice. Just so that, especially while I've been home so much, if I'm bored, I can kind of toke on that, and it creates vapor so when you're smoking it, it's not really burning. It's actually a heat element that is. You can hear that Tucker and Pip are playing and chasing each other. The heat element heats up this liquid, and it basically turns it into vapor, but it looks like smoke. Maybe I'll show you that in the next video or something. But anyway, you can get the liquid for it in up to 36 milligrams of nicotine, and then it steps down 36, 28, 20, down the line. And you can actually get it with zero nicotine. So I can actually smoke this e-cigarette and have no carcinogens and no nicotine, but it's definitely not what I'm used to. It's definitely not, it's not the same. But it's useful, I think, in its own way. And for those who want to smoke, basically in my research, what I found out was that nicotine is really no more harmful or no more good for you than caffeine is. So the majority of us, although I don't really drink much caffeine anymore either, but the majority of people drink caffeine in moderation, and so there's some thought that although nicotine is addicting, it's highly addicting. They said that nicotine is actually more addicting than heroin, if you can believe that. But so I don't know that I want to reintroduce nicotine into my system, but for those people who don't want to quit smoking but they want to do it in a healthier way, this is obviously a good way to do that. So anyway, last week I had to take my nicotine test to prove that I was 30 days clean of smoking. So last week I did the test, and then I found out today my surgeon's office called me and said, well, we received your nicotine test and it was negative, and your insurance company has given us the green light to move forward, so we want to schedule your surgery. So yay, surgery is scheduled. What's a little alarming, though, is that they said, okay, well, so what we've got available is October 19th. And I was like, oh, it's September 14th. It's like just a little over a month away. And I was really expecting, when they called to do this, to set up the surgery, that it would be at least 8 weeks or something like that. So I said, oh, well, all right, I guess we'll do it. I mean, there's no reason in putting it off any longer. I've waited almost 5 years now. I mean, I've been in this process for probably over 5 years. So I'm excited. I'm more scared than I've been up to this point, probably because it's more real now that there's an actual date. So anyway, I am working on gathering up my posse, my closest friends who might have the ability to come and help me a little bit during my recovery, and to be here during, maybe some of them might be here during my surgery. So I'm working on that. Other than that, I think I'm very ready to get back to work. I miss being at work. I miss working with all of the students every day. I miss working with the people that I work with. I'm just bored stiff. I mean, y'all know, especially if you're not on your deathbed when you're homesick, but you're limited in what you can do. It's depressing, and it's just not fun after a while. I mean, the allure of being able to sleep in and go to bed whenever you want and all of that kind of stuff, that wears off after a day or two, and I've been way more than a day or two. So I'm ready to get back to work, and because so much a part of how I feel about myself and how I generate self-worth for myself is really brought about for me by my work. And so having omitted that from my life for the last 3 weeks is huge. It's a huge hole, and so I am ready to get back to work and get in there at least for a month's time before I'm then out for another. Could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks. So anyway, I think that's all I've got for today. It's been about 11 minutes, so I think that's a pretty good time. Probably too long. Probably. I could probably do this or should do it in 5 minutes, and more people would probably watch. But thank you for the comments so far from people that have commented. I will keep you posted. Hopefully, I will do something. I'll do at least an update. I have in 2 weeks. I have a pre-op. I have a morning worth of pre-operative tests where I think they take blood and they want to make sure that everything's okay before they do surgery. And then I have on October 4th, I have a meeting with my surgeon one final time, and a nutrition class with a nutritionist. How exciting. And then, of course, on October 19th, the surgery. So that's the latest and greatest. Can't think of anything else. Let me know if you've got any questions or if I can help in any way. And remember, if you want to support this project, which I think it is a great thing to support, no matter what your sexuality is, look, it's right down here. It's kind of backwards. It's hard to do this, but I don't think I'd be a good weatherman. www.itgetsbetter.org. So some very interesting videos, very moving videos. The president has done one. I think President Bush may have even done one. The Speaker of the House has done. I mean, it's like everybody, for the most part, anybody with a brain is jumping on this bandwagon. So it's a good cause, and I would encourage you all to check it out. And for a little small donation, you can get a purple t-shirt just like this. So, okay, until next time, everybody, thanks. See you later.